Now on Coast TV News.
Not as chilly this morning. Temperatures mainly in the 60s, and we're looking at another nice day for Delmarva with comfortable temperatures. Rain chances increase Friday into a part of the weekend. Details coming up.
Improving bike and pedestrian safety, the latest details about the Lewes Bike Plan project.
Erosion emergency escalates. We look at the situation in the area of Indian River Inlet Bridge and Denrec's plan to fix it.
Here's some good news for a lot of folks out there. Ravens football 2024 season begins tonight in a rematch in the 2023 AFC Championship game.
This is Coast TV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley. It's now Thursday, September 5th, 2024.
It is Thursday. This has been a talker of the morning in the newsroom. The NFL season starting tonight. Ravens in action, as we just saw. And Paige, I think you and I, we have similar expectation for our teams.
Yeah.
You root for Washington. I have the Browns.
Yeah, I think I'm this much more glass half full than you, but like.
Oh, I'm glass half empty.
Oh, okay.
So you might want to.
A little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, we just go in wishing for the best and expecting nothing.
See, that's where you're wrong, Paige. I expect the worst.
You don't like to be let down. I'm going to go in no expectations this year.
I mean, this is a good balance here.
Yeah.
Positive. I'm gloom and doom over here.
You know.
Bob's somewhere in the middle with his New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers and all that.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I'm optimistic, but, you know, the Jets always seem to find the banana peels somehow. But I'm hoping Aaron Rodgers lasts more than 4 plays this year. We're excited about football, the fall weather. It definitely feels like fall out there. Upper 50s inland areas instead of upper 40s, so we're about 10 degrees warmer this morning. 61 in Millsboro, 69 in Rehoboth and Bethany Beach at 69. Still those gusty winds along the coast and not as windy inland areas, but gusting over 20 miles per hour at times. So that breeze continues today. We're seeing some mid to high level clouds. Should make for a beautiful sunrise here in about a half hour. We still have high pressure in place, so that keeps us dry. But we'll see those clouds from time to time. By noon, we're into the mid 70s and a little cooler at the beaches, low to mid 70s with that persistent wind. And then it does start to clear out as we go through this evening. UV index for today, sponsored by Ocean City. It's high with around a 7. Burn time around 15 minutes. So be careful out there. That sun is still on the strong side. And we're in the high range tomorrow. It dips to a 5 on Saturday, but then the very higher range Sunday and Monday. So you know the drill. Stay safe in the sun, especially later in the weekend into early next week.
All right, Bob, thank you. People walking, riding bikes, like most coast communities, they have to be aware of car traffic on the roads.
Yeah, and Coast TV news reporter Elisa Weber is live in Lewes. Elisa, the city's Bicycle Pedestrian and Advisory Committee, they recently met to talk about some ways to increase safety.
Matt and Paige, the city of Lewes and Delta has been working on this bike plan since March 2023. And they say that the goal of this project is to make sure that anyone who comes here to walk or bike has a safe network to do so. And they also say another goal of this project is to encourage more people to walk and bike here in the downtown area so that there's less people driving their cars. And on August 27th, the committee met to discuss some long-term projects, and these include a shared path for new road, bike facilities, and intersection improvements on downtown Savannah Road and Gills Neck Road, and a bridge over the canal. They then ranked which project they felt should get top priority, and one bicyclist told Coast TV what her experience is like biking in the area.
It does get crowded. I just think an education component so that drivers in cars, pedestrians, and cyclists are all aware of each other. And the biggest thing I see are the stop signs, recognizing that a lot of cyclists don't always stop for stop signs on bike trails and things like that. I just think more of an awareness campaign of
And the city says another goal of this project is to provide more educational programs. And these long-term projects will later be voted on at a meeting in September, but officials said they also could hold a special meeting. Back to you.
Lisa Weber live in Lewes. Thank you for that. An update on a situation that we have been monitoring. Erosion at the North Indian River Inlet. It caused a shutdown Labor Day weekend, and now Coast TV has learned that closure is expected to last for months. Take a look at your screen here. This is at the North Inlet Beach. Denrec says debris and exposed bridge infrastructure have created some hazardous conditions Heavy equipment will also be moving in and around this area for the next several months, and this closure follows ongoing concerns about the area's erosion.
We have a heads up out of Ocean City. The town has issued a long-term travel alert for Baltimore Avenue. So here's what you need to know if you plan on driving through OC this fall. The town says a months-long project on Baltimore Ave begins at 33rd Street and it'll work south. That's where Public Works will be doing some sewer maintenance. Crews will also be working on a sidewalk project. That's from 26th to 33rd Street. And they'll be working to focus on ensuring sidewalks are ADA compliant. The final aspect of the project is the resurfacing of Baltimore Ave, and that is set to begin October 14th.
On this Thursday morning, all schools on Delmarva are up and running for the academic year. Cape Henlopen was one of the last districts to send students back. Wednesday, first day of school there, and we were on the scene. We did see a parking lot full with cars and buses, and we got to speak with one student who says he is excited to be back and has more confidence now that he is starting his junior year.
As I was coming to school, I was getting more excited, more like energized, and yeah, it just felt great coming back. See my confidence, because freshman year, it's a pretty big school. I didn't know where I was going, but junior year now, I know the school and I know the teachers, I know more people, so mostly confidence, yeah.
And we have more details on local districts' back-to-school plans that can be found on the CoastTV News app.
New in Georgetown, officials there are working on a plan to finance a new police station and public works building. According to the town, they want to borrow about $18 million for the project. Georgetown, though, they want to hear your thoughts on this. So there will be 3 different information sessions for you to attend this month. The first one, that'll be September 7th at 10 a.m. at Town Hall.
Happening today, Delaware Governor John Carney expected to sign 5 bills into law. They all deal with the climate. This includes House Bill 9, which requires every state-operated vehicle to be electric by 2040, though the state is facing challenges of having enough charging stations and power to meet this demand. House Bill 402 requires new schools and state buildings over 50,000 square feet to have roofs strong enough to hold solar panels. Carney will sign the bills in Wilmington and will be joined by several environmentalists.
A geese deterrent system in one Rehoboth Beach community is now under scrutiny following the death of a coastal bird. Some people living in the Spring Lake condos believe the wire system on the pond had something to do with the bird dying. We're going to show you a picture of that bird in just a moment. The company that manages the lake said in an email that the wire system is supposed to be harmless for migratory birds and that this bird, maybe it could have died from a number of different things. But Kurt Wibbins, who lives near the pond, says he wants these wires removed as soon as possible.
The community is pushing for it. We kind of feel like we are coming up against deaf ears on the situation. And they've told us it needs to be here for a minimum of 2 years. And we're probably 6 months into 2 years right now.
Spokesperson for the Homeowner Association says the wires are needed because geese and geese droppings, they were causing problems and health hazards in that community.
Get your fantasy football lineup set. Here it is, the return of the NFL season starting tonight. And we start that season with the Ravens playing the team that ended their 2023 campaign, the Kansas City Chiefs. Ravens were one step short of the Super Bowl. In 2023, the Ravens won 13 games. Lamar Jackson took home the MVP of the league for the second time in his career. The expectations are once again high in Charm City. The 2024 season begins tonight. Kickoff in Kansas City set for 8:20. Coverage here on Coast TV begins at 7. Move on to some really troubling news here. 4 people are dead and 9 injured after a 14-year-old student opened fire at his high school in Georgia Wednesday morning. Police say the gunman was confronted by a school resource officer before surrendering.
Yeah, he's now in police custody and will be tried for murder as an adult. NBC's Bree Jackson has more on this situation.
Fear and heartbreak rippling through Winder, Georgia, after a 14-year-old gunman opened fire at Appalachia High School, killing 2 students, 2 teachers, and injuring at least 9 others.
Everybody was like calling 911 and their moms, and we could still hear like the screaming and shooting outside, and it's just scary.
I feel sorry for the kids that they've had to experience such evil.
Law enforcement identifying the shooter as Colt Gray, a student at the school. Authorities say he used an AR platform-style weapon.
He will be charged with murder and he will be tried as an adult.
Police are interviewing the teen and investigating a possible motive. Georgia's governor sending condolences.
This is everybody's worst nightmare.
Presidential candidates echoing that sentiment. Former President Trump writing online, "These cherished children were taken from us far too soon by a sick and deranged monster." During a New Hampshire rally, Vice President Harris called for legislative action to curb gun violence.
It's just outrageous that every day in our country, in the United States of America, that parents have to send their children to school worried about whether or not their child will come home alive. It's senseless.
President Biden urging Republicans to work with Democrats in Congress, writing in a statement, "Enough is enough." Mourners holding on tight to their loved ones as another community impacted by a mass shooting grieves. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And investigators have interviewed the teen shooter, say it's still unknown if he had specific targets.
All right, well, we still have more news to get to this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, Delaware DUI checkpoints will tell you where you can expect an increased police presence this weekend.
Also ahead, construction inconveniences. We're telling you about the progress of the Route 24 project currently underway in Lewes.
And Mission for Mental Health Awareness in this week's Coastal Connections will show you how one man along our coast is helping others find ways to nurture their mental health. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
Harrington Raceway and Casino and Bet Rivers have come together to give you Delaware's must-play online casino and sportsbook, featuring hundreds of exciting slots and table games. Plus, with non-stop sports betting action, you'll know you're where winners play. Sign up now and we'll cover 24 hours of casino losses up to $250, or get a second chance sports bet up to $250. Bet Rivers and Harrington Raceway and Casino. It's where winners play. Download the app today.
No strangers here, just friends you've not met yet. With an outside patio and inside charm, Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Milton is a local's favorite on the banks of the Broadkill River. Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Lewes, gorgeous views, free parking, and the best happy hour at the beach, with room for everyone. And for a truly special event, go no further than the Lewes Room at Irish Eyes. The panoramic views, in-house chef, and professional team will make it easy to plan your next event. Find out more at irisheyespub.com.
Foul odors, discolored water, are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Mental health is so important, and yet it can easily be forgotten or not prioritized. But as Kevin Zapay shows us in this week's Coastal Connections, one man in Ocean City has made it his mission to raise awareness, and it all starts with tying his shoes.
This is Henry Clay Johnson's 96th consecutive day walking 5 miles at Northside Park in Ocean City. And he's walking for a cause that hits close to his heart.
I walk every day for mental health awareness, taking care of myself each day, trying to get in 10,000 steps or 5 miles. Just a simple task to really open my mind to things and just better my health.
Hashtag 5 minutes is the Instagram page Johnson made to spread awareness. Taking just 5 minutes out of your day to catch up with your mental health and others is all it takes to change a life. With over 100 posts and 3,000 followers, Johnson explains how getting through his struggles with alcoholism encouraged him to help others.
I wanted to start this page to help out others. I noticed that I was taking care of myself better, and taking care of my own mental health, and it became fun. It's something that I love to do, and I look forward to it every single day, and I just want other people to experience that.
With over 10 months of sobriety, Johnson now takes his past struggles and turns it into a positive, helping others in need, from social media to high fives.
It's very important to let other people know that you are struggling. Don't be silent. If you have problems, speak it out loud. Make sure that you're heard. Never suppress anything, and always just communicate with other people. There's people out there that want to help.
Johnson wants to remind people that just taking 5 minutes out of your day to check in on someone can change their life forever. I'm Kevin Zapay in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Coastal Connections is sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Transform your bath today with Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Call now and ask about our Refresh for Less promotion and get a new bath or shower for only $69.95. Plus, get 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
This offer is hotter than a sauna and won't last forever. So don't miss out on our Refresh for Less promotion for just $69.95 with 20% off all upgrades.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
DSN Plus is more action. 4 additional live stream games every weeknight and full replays on demand. DSN Plus is more local. 5 live games every weeknight, showcasing high school showdowns and regional rivalries across Delmarva. DSN Plus is more access. Watch on your mobile devices, and remember, DSN is still free over the air and on cable. But get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Delaware needs campaign finance reform like HB 292. So why is Bethany Hall Long silent? Maybe because she broke the law. An investigation by a former FBI chief confirms Hall Long paid herself nearly $300,000 from her campaign, then falsified records and lied about doing an audit. Tell Bethany Hall Long to support campaign finance reform bill HB 292. Paid for by Change Can't Wait PAC. Learn more about Change Can't Wait PAC at elections.delaware.gov.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
As I get older, I was getting a little off balance. Got recommendations for Baths by Spicer Brothers. I love my shower. It's perfect for me. My favorite part was probably how quick and easy it was. They came in the morning and they were done by afternoon. I definitely wanted the grab bars. They also put the seat in, which was very nice. The wand is good, especially if you're sitting. So much safer to get in and out of now. It seems like my showers are quicker that way. So it's perfect.
Time is 6:18, and you are now looking live at Ocean View. We got the hints of the sunrise there. It's getting lighter. Sun isn't up yet. A couple more minutes. Let's talk about where Bob and I will be on Saturday. Bob, we're going to be in Salisbury. We're going to be at the Shore Living Expo.
Looking forward to it. Crafts, vendors. We'll be there, Matt. Other Coast TV personalities meeting and greeting, shaking hands, almost like politicians, right? Looking forward to seeing everybody out there at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Saturday beginning at 10 a.m. Lots of great things going on. And the weather will be a little unsettled, not too rainy. I think the morning hours are dry, warming through the 70s, then some rain showers into the afternoon, and upper 70s close to 80 degrees. But I don't think it'll be a washout, but looking forward to seeing everybody there. Here's our 5-day temperature trend. Still a little cooler than average. 77 today, 79 Friday, 78 on Saturday. The average is 83. And then it cools down even more into Sunday behind a cold front, 73. And then Monday, 78 degrees. Humidity levels have been so amazing the last few days. It's still comfortable today, but then we start getting into the muggy to humid range as we go into the weekend ahead of a cold front. Then behind that front, we're right back into the dry, very comfortable air as we go into next week. 58 in Seaford right now, 58 in Salisbury. You were about 10 degrees colder last night and last morning, I should say, yesterday morning. While along the coast, we're in the upper 60s from Bethany Beach to Rehoboth. and we continue with that persistent easterly wind with high pressure to the north and low pressure to the south. We're gusting over 20 miles per hour along the coast right now, so hang on to your hats. Just a little bit of cloudiness moving through a little thicker offshore and off to the south through North Carolina and Virginia, but we've got high pressure over us, and that extends back into the Ohio Valley in the Midwest. So we've got a couple of days yet where we're looking at some pretty nice weather. Here's Futurecast this morning. We're still cool, 50s and 60s, and we've got that breeze as well, and we'll be seeing those clouds pretty much all day long. It's sometimes a little thicker, blocking out the sun, other times more in the way of blue sky. But by mid-afternoon, we're into the mid to upper 70s, a little cooler at the beaches. Looks like we do clear it out for a time this evening. Then the clouds fill back in through the overnight. And by Friday morning, we're into the mid to upper 60s, even lower 70s at the coast. And we could see a few stray showers as we see lower clouds moving in, maybe a little patchy drizzle as well. But I think we'll see some sun into the afternoon as well, with temperatures into the upper 70s, maybe around 80 in Salisbury, and then a little cooler at the beaches as that wind still comes off the ocean. And then heading into your Friday evening, looking good for your plans, and Friday evening football, I think looking pretty good, breezy and pretty mild. And we're seeing those winds that are still persistent out of the east and northeast the next couple of days, at times gusting over 20 miles per hour along the coast, but lighter inland, but still even breezy there as we go into your Friday afternoon. And we're looking at clouds increasing as we go into the weekend. And we have a situation where there's a front moving in from the north and west and low pressure offshore. If these had phased, then we'd see more rain and wind. But we're just seeing this cold front bringing some rain later Saturday. Then it clears out on Sunday. We get into the lower humidity that continues into early next week. Paul, they have a 7-day forecast, upper 70s today, right through Saturday. A few sprinkles on Friday, a better chance of those showers on Saturday. Sunday is spectacular, 73 with sunshine. A cool start Monday morning, 52. And then early next week, looks like smooth sailing, sunshine, and upper 70s to eventually 80s Tuesday and Wednesday.
Good stuff there. Thanks, Bob. Part of Angola Road in Lewes is closed. It is causing some challenges for people who live near that area. Project is now in phase 2 of construction, and all the pavement is ripped up. We went to Lewes to better understand the impact of this project, and here's what one man told us.
Well, every time I have to go out to a store, to a hardware store, to a grocery store, we have to go, and it's approximately 3 miles to go all the way around and get back to the same intersection. Hundreds of people, and they're all going to one intersection. So it makes it very tough.
DOT says this road work will last until the end of the year.
And now here's some more information about this project that's in the works. Route 24 will be widened to include 2 lanes in each direction. A new signal will be installed at Route 24 and Mulberry Knoll Road. And last, there will be new bus stops, bike lanes, sidewalks, and pedestrian crossings. These are only a few of the changes coming to Route 24. You should also expect impacts on traffic.
More to come this morning. Delaware DUI checkpoints. We'll tell you why the state is bringing back this practice. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, somewhere to smile about.
In Delaware, a family earning $67,000 a year pays the same tax rate as one making $67 million. I'm Matt Meyer, and you don't have to be a former math teacher to know that's an outrage. As governor, I'll make the super wealthy pay more in taxes so working people can pay less. By making state taxes more fair, we'll help more families get ahead. It's not just smart math, it's the right thing to do.
Democrat Matt Meyer for governor.
Hey fellas, when your lady says she wants a big rock for Christmas, she may not mean this kind, she may want this kind.
At That Granite Place, we like to say our reputation is carved in stone, and it is. Now we're changing our name to Coastal Countertops. Same local ownership, keeping the same level of quality and service everyone has grown to love. We've also upgraded our machinery to help you with turnaround times. At Coastal Countertops, our reputation will continue to be carved in stone.
Chesapeake Healthcare welcomes new adult medicine doctors to their team. Dr. Mitchell Gittleman and his associates are accepting new patients at their office at Winter